हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
हंसा शिवा सोहम्
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सोहम् हंसा शिवः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
सा शिवा सोहम् हंसः
Hamsa Shiva Soham
Hamsa Shiva Soham
Soham Hamsa Shiva
Soham Hamsa Shiva
Sa Shiva Soham Hamsa
Sa Shiva Soham
Hamsa Shiva Soham
Hamsa Shiva Soham
Soham Hamsa Shiva Sa Shiva Soham Hamsa
Shiva Soham Hamsa.
Yes, sit quietly for some time. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om. So, we are in verse number 26. है ना? हाँ, तार्किक का नाम हो गया। तार्किक का नाम हो गया ना? अच्छा, in between we were there. Okay. So we were talking about Tarkika Naam, the different, that logic doesn't work when it comes to the truth. Sankhya doesn't work when it comes to the truth because they have limited understanding of what the truth is. One says it is, we are part of the God because their attention is on the form. Sankhyas, their attention is on the consciousness, but they say the consciousness is one per person. Whereas Vedanta says that you are already the consciousness, you just don't recognize it. You are already the infinite consciousness, not the limited consciousness. And this point, thus, if one follows the logic or Sankhya, will continue to suffer in the world. Unless one is established in the non-dual absolute truth, there is no liberation. So, what we talk about as God realization, if you go to Saket, if you go to Shivalok, if you go to Brahmalok, Satyalok, or various other lokas, that is all temporary. If you do not have the understanding that the Lord whom you want to become one with, He is essentially the Parabrahma Paramatma. If that has not clicked, you are still into recycling. Because they are also getting recycled in every creation, in every Chatur Yuga. So, because every universe has its own Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Our scriptures say, our Mahatmas say, those who had traveled there. My God. So, correct understanding of the word self, correct understanding of the word consciousness, correct understanding of the word Ishvara, correct understanding of the word Jagat is very important. And that only Vedanta gives because it's the eagle's viewpoint of all the paths. It incorporates all the paths without losing anyone, without forgetting anyone, and yet goes beyond all the paths. Karya Karana Vachyashau Karya Jiveshau Yau Jahachatau Ajahachatayor Lakshyau Chidam Shaveka-rupinau Karya-karana-vanchashau Jiveshau Yau Jahachatau Ajahachatayor Lakshyau Chidam Shaveka-rupinau. The cause and effect relationship between Ishvara and the Jiva, which is indicated according to the direct word meaning, should be discarded, and the implied meaning of the two, that is, that both are of the nature of consciousness, should be retained in arriving at the identity between the Jiva and Ishvara. So when we take the Ishvara to be some form and ourselves to be this micro form and he is the macro form. This is not liberation. Only when you go to the essence in me of this form is the Atma, and the essence of the Lord is the Paramatma, of the Ishvara is the Paramatma. When you see that this Atma and the Paramatma is essentially the same, this is liberation. But if you go to the Ishvara Loka, if you go to any Loka, you will be recycled. That is the point that is made here. One has to give up the cause and effect. So, if you want to be the water, you have to give up being a wave and you have to give up being the ocean. Ocean the cause, wave the effect. Water expressing through individual wave, our attention should be on the water. And when we are talking about ocean, the Ishvara, our attention is on the water expressing through the total conditioning called the ocean. So when our attention is on water, the water in the wave and the water in the ocean is one and the same, over. You go beyond both. If you don't understand, don't worry. The seed has gone. Someday it will click. Both came from both are same from the consciousness point of view. Thus it becomes clear that Ishvara and Jiva both are superimposed on the one absolute truth. That means ocean, there is only water. Ocean is existing in its own absence. The wave is existing in its own absence. Why? That water with the individual conditioning form, we are calling it a wave, and that water with the total form, we are calling it ocean. So there is Arabian Sea, there is Bay of Bengal, there is Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. Total conditioning. Conditioning of what? Conditioning of land. Whereas for the wave, what is the conditioning? The shape. But what is the essence of both of them? It is nothing but water. And therefore, that these names are useful to communicate, but they are not the reality. Father, mother, daughter, sister, uncle, auntie, all these are names to create a relationship so that we know where our place is. They are useful in communication, etc. But they are not the reality. Man is the reality, woman is the reality. Similarly, body, breath, mind, intellect are instruments through which you interact with this world. Because these instruments are useful to conceptualize, feel the emotions and see, hear, touch, feel, taste. Therefore, they don't become real because they are changing. That which is changing is a phenomena. That which is behind it, the unchanging principle, that is the truth. Just as that water. When the individual conditioning of the Panchakoshas is rejected, the total conditioning called Maya is rejected. Then what remains is absolute reality. So we can't work on the world. Because world is too big. I don't know where it concludes. It's continuously, how many galaxies, how many universes are there, I don't know. Bhagwan, so I cannot do anything about the world. I cannot change the world. I cannot improve the world. I cannot destroy the world. It is just like that. I cannot do anything about the Ishvara also because he is beyond my scope. He is beyond my understanding. He is beyond my power of imagination also at the moment. So I can't do anything about him also. Then what is the third place left? Yourself. Jeev, Jagat, Ishvara. So now only Jeev is left. Now work out. Is this Jiva real or is he only a phenomena? Or what is behind this phenomena? So here it says, give up the Panchakoshas, give up the body, breath, mind, intellect, or the Annamaya, Pranmaya, Manomaya, Vijnanmaya and Anandamaya, Kosha. And what is functioning, what is in the presence of whom these five are functioning is your true nature. That is the reality. Spiritual practice depends on where the attention is. Is it on the absolute or the relative conditioning or only on conditioning? So those who are doing yoga, physical yoga, their attention is only on the body. Those whose attention is on the breath, they are only doing pranayama. Those whose attention is only on the mind, emotions, they are only doing bhakti. Those whose attention is on the intellect, they are following the Jnana Yoga or the Vedanta. Oh no, sorry, Jnana Yoga. And those whose attention is on the consciousness, they are practicing Vedanta. Vedanta cannot be practiced, but they are transcending all these four and landing into the substratum, the foundation that they are. So, just like if I am standing here, or any one of you, why only me? Okay, I am. If I am standing in front of, if my mom comes in front of me, without any delay, the sun comes out to argue. And then, very next moment, the sister comes. That time the son will not speak. In one moment, the sonhood is dropped and the brotherhood appears, isn't it? What sadhana did I do to drop the son and invoke the brother? It was instantaneous, isn't it? Because I have accepted the reference that she is the mother and she is the sister. The same thing you are doing all the time with every relation. If you accept with this respect, with reference to this body, you have accepted you are the individual. Now start accepting that you are the infinite truth. The moment you put your attention there, whether physically you are looking at the mother or mentally you are looking at the mother, the sun will come out. Same way, if physically or mentally I am looking at the body, thinking of the body, the jiva will appear. If I am thinking of the Lord, the devotee will appear. If I am thinking of the Guru, the Shishya will appear. If I am thinking of the Paramatma, you will be absorbed. It's not that Atma will appear. If you are thinking of the Paramatma or the Atma, the individuality disappears. So question is, the rule of the game is, where is your attention any given moment? See? If they are also listening, you are also listening, and if the class goes a bit longer, then they, 7 baj gaya, abhi ho gaya, kitna ho gaya, time ho gaya. Their attention is on living on the right time. So wherever your attention. So is your attention on the problems that you are going to face in life? Welcome. If your attention is on the opportunities that you are going to face in life, welcome. Or if your attention is on sukha dukkha, you are welcome. But if your attention is sukha dukkha samay kritva, be centered, you are welcome. Your experience of life will be different. So choose wisely. That's what is being told here. Spiritual practice depends on where the attention is. Is it on the absolute or on the relative conditioning or only on the conditioning? In the Vedanta alone, all conditionings are bypassed or transcended and the attention is focused on the truth, the substratum. Only in Vedanta, nowhere else. Everywhere else, it is with reference to something. In Sankhya, it is reference to the body, I am the consciousness. In devotion, with reference to the form of the Lord, you give the name to that total consciousness as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, etc., etc., etc. See? But in Vedanta, there is no reference. Referenceless consciousness is the reality. I told you in the first class. Continuing, Karma Shastre Kuto Jnanam. Karma Shastre Kuto Jnanam. Tarke Naivasti Nishchayaha. Tarke Naivasti Nishchayaha. Sankhya Yogau Dvidhapannau. Sankhya Yogau Dvidhapannau. Shabdida Shabda Tatparaha. Shabdikat Shabda Tatparaha. In the Karma Shastra or field of actions and duties, there cannot be knowledge of the self. This, who is saying? Shankaracharya. Who is saying? The scriptures. Who is saying? The one who is realized. Who is saying? The one who is incarnation of Lord Shiva himself. by doing karma, you can never get liberated. Karma is done only at the body level. Whether you do it at the body level, this body level, or you do it at the speech level, or karma is done at the mental level. Karma means where there is movement, where there is ownership. And as long as these two are there, liberation is impossible. So here it is told, in the Karma Shastra or the field of action and duties, there cannot be knowledge of the self. Then what duty should we do then? You do the duty of realization. Mumukshutvam. Desire. This life is given not for during your day worldly duties. This human body is given to you for liberation. To realize that you are the infinite consciousness. Logicians bind themselves in the web of their own logical arguments. Sankhya and Yoga only succeed in perpetuating the duality. Grammarians have difficulty in transcending the literal and technical meaning of the terms. And we will not go into it. Therefore, these four are far away from the truth. They can never, as much as they keep indulging in their own fields, they will fall short of realization. Anye pakhandinah sarve jnana vartasu durbalaha. Anye pakhandinah sarve jnana vartasu durbalaha. Ekam Vedanta Vijnanam Ekam Vedanta Vijnanam Swanubhutya Virajate. Again I repeat, karma, bhakti, jnana. Karma is done for what purpose? There is only one purpose for karma. What is it? To purify. To purify yourself from your samskaras. Then whatever is subconscious samskaras are left, you make, then bhakti comes. Bhakti makes your mind single pointed. And single pointed bhakti towards the Lord removes the balance of subconscious samskaras. And then you come to the jnana. You become qualified to understand what is the purport of the scriptures. And once you understand, that is jnana, then you go beyond jnana, that is Vedanta. So here it is told, Anya Pakhandina Sarve. All others, apart from these logicians, Sankhya yogis, grammarians, etc., all others are hypocrites, Pakhandina. All others who are devoid of knowledge of the self are hypocrites. You know, one day, one Maharashtrian people only, Swamiji, for the old time's sake, please come to our house. I said, okay, come. You don't mind if we make meat? I said, it's your house, you do what you want. Oh, who am I to tell you what you have to do? What I have to do, I will do. And when I went, I was welcomed with a glass of scotch. The host, with a glass of scotch. The other one, and behind me, another 2-3 people were coming. So quickly, one bottle of beer was brought, another gin tonic was brought. मैंने कहा यार ये कहाँ फंस गया मैं आज. नहीं, तुम जानते हो, अपने ब्राह्मण हो, तुम्हारे संस्कार हैं, and you don't understand this, whom you have invited. Not that I am great or anything, but you are inviting a sannyasi. And then they said, Swamiji, today we are going to have a wonderful discussion. We are looking at it, looking forward to it for a very long time. मैंने कहा अच्छा, मैं कहा भागो यहाँ से. And 5 मिनट नहीं रुकाऊंगा. I just made up a drama. I said, अच्छा हॉस्पिटल में आ गया, क्या हो गया, एक्सीडेंट हो गया, भाग गया वहाँ से. I came at 11 o'clock at night. Then mummy says, अच्छा, you didn't want to stay, that's why you did the drama. I said, yes, I am a good dramatist. See, and you are spiritual. This is liquid spirituality and they want to discuss with me. I am not available. So naturally, if you ask me, can we make meat, can we have drinks, why will I say no? It is your house, you do what you want. Don't you have the common sense how to behave and how to conduct? We are talking about conduct. how to conduct in front of mother, how to conduct in front of father, how to conduct in front of sannyasi, how to conduct in a temple. Will you do like this? See, these are pakhandi, hypocrites. So, who are we? We are all hypocrites if we have not come to know our essential nature in this lifetime. That's what is told here. It is the science of Vedanta alone which shines forth with the strength of self-experience. So in this way, many have established... क्या हो गया?
Notions.
I can't... Tell me when it is 7 o'clock. Huh? Many have established notions about self, the world and God, etc. They are afraid of inquiry and knowledge which could shatter their earlier beliefs. And that's why people don't come to Vedanta. They want to maintain the status quo. You know, me, my children, my life is my children, my life is my parents, my life is my society, my life is my organization, my life is my ashram, my life is my guru. अरे सबको छोड़ना पड़ता है आखिर में. If you want to realize, you have to drop every one of them, or you have to recognize that everyone is essentially who you are. If this transformation is not happening, you have lost the opportunity that was given to you in this life, and Bhagwan will correct his mistake in next one. Some have divided, some have studied, but do not have anubhuti of the same. They only talk Vedanta. They are pakhandis, hypocrites like us. So we have understood, we are from parampara we are talking. If we are not abiding, a person who is talking is not abiding in the truth and not coming from their direct experience. The person is pakhandi. Who are these? Knowledge for everyone else, but not for myself. So after hearing from here, some points you will remember, and you will tell, Swamiji said this, Swamiji said that, and you will tell, you should not think about the past, you should not think about the future. But what are you doing yourself? This is pakhanda. You should do